You know that feeling when someone shows you who they are and you don't believe them? Not because you're stupid, because you've been trained to hope, trained to give the benefit of the doubt, trained to believe that if you just explain it one more time in a slightly kinder tone, they'll finally get it. That's not generosity. That's naivete with a PhD in self-deception. I spent decades with my hand on a hot stove, convinced the next time it would feel like a warm hug. The property manager who wanted to chop me up and bury me in the cemetery behind my home, I bailed him out by paying 9 months' rent for the cost of 6 in advance, a week before I narrowly avoided that fate. During the psychiatric unit discharge meeting, I realised from one question the psychiatrist asked me that my brother had been feeding the staff a version of me that wasn't true, because it was easier than admitting he'd texted my best friend and didn't get the reply he expected. I don't tell you this for sympathy. I tell you because I was the one who kept showing up, kept trusting, kept thinking this time it will be different. That's not love, that's a cracked lens, and I've been looking through it so long I forgot it was damaged. Here's what naivete sounds like inside your own head. They didn't mean it like that. Maybe I'm being too sensitive. If I just explain it properly, they'll understand. It's the voice of someone who's been burned but still believes fire is a myth. And here's the cruelest part. Naivete doesn't look like stupidity from the outside. It looks like niceness. So you get praised for it, told you have a good heart, told you're an empath, so understanding, so forgiving. Meanwhile, you're the only one who knows you're not being generous. You're being available to people who haven't earned the right to your attention. Imagine you're standing upstream. The water's moving fast and it's not clean water. It's the kind of water you don't want to touch, but you've been in it so long you've stopped noticing the smell. Every day you're wading upstream, corporate assholes who don't see you, contracts that squeeze, people who take and call it partnership, and you keep wading because stopping means admitting where you are. That was my old business between 2009 and 2013. 4 years that aged me 26. Not because the work was hard, because the current was wrong. Here's what naivete looks like in that river. You convince yourself the water isn't that dirty. You tell yourself if you just swim harder, you'll find the clean patch. You blame your own tired legs instead of the current. But here's what learning looks like. One day you stop swimming upstream, you turn around, you walk to the bank, you get out. And here's the part nobody tells you. You don't come out clean, you come out changed. There's shit in your hair, in your clothes, in your lungs. You have to wash it off, one day at a time, one breath at a time. But you're on the bank, and that's the difference between naivete and learning. Naivete says, if I just keep going, the river will get cleaner. Learning says, the river is what it is. The only thing I can change is which bank I'm standing on. Here's what learning actually looks like. Not more information, not another certification, not being able to quote Jung at a dinner party. Learning looks like, oh, I was wrong about that. Not as shame, as relief, because once you see the river for what it is, polluted, exhausting, never going to change, you stop trying to clean it, you just get out. This week's invitation is embarrassingly simple. Next time you feel that familiar pull to over-explain, to give the benefit of the doubt to someone who hasn't earned it, to trust before you have evidence, pause. Just pause. Ask yourself, am I standing in the river again, or am I on the bank? That pause is not cynicism. Cynicism is what happens when you've been burned so many times you stop believing fire exists. That's not wisdom, that's exhaustion wearing a disguise. The pause is different. The pause is intelligence with boundaries, and that's enough. Here's what would actually help me, and I don't ask for much. If something in this video landed for you, if you felt that little click of recognition, hit the like button, not for the algorithm, for me, so I know which direction to keep walking. And if you want to know when the next one comes out, subscribe. No begging, no guilt, just if you're in, you're in. Either way, I'll be here every 2 weeks. Same river, different bank. See you next time.